Hello, my name is Glenda Harrison, and we're going to be discussing the unit related to theories, which is the first unit in the course. We're going to be looking at four different theories: the critical race theory, the intersectionality theory, the Boisian theory, and the colorblind theory. And these are more contemporary. They were kind of moving more into within the last, 30, 40 years um, of the newer theories. When we attempt to explain what is racism and, looking at the races and the isms, gender, sexuality, um, ageism, ableism. When we look at all of that, uh, we need to look at the theories and understand, because that builds the foundation and it provides the structure for our understanding in relationship to those different theories to help us to understand certain concepts within our social society, our social system as we know it. So these four theories that I've selected are by no means the all in all. Uh, when you read the introduction content material, you'll see that there are numerous other theories that we could have discussed. But these are the four that I selected. Uh, but I do want to add that when you're answering any of the questions and looking at your project, you may decide that you want to look and emphasize one of these other theories, and that is fine. You can do that. And if you have any questions on any of that, you can just, email me or call me. Uh, we study the concepts of race through theories based upon empirical research. And of course, going back to Intro to Soc, that, there's quantitative, qualitative, and we're not going to get into all of that because you've already had it. But theories provide, again, the help us to build the infrastructure of how we look at different ideologies, different occurrences. And in this particular class, we're looking at the isms and different ethnicities. We see a big change in the last, 10 years of what has been occurring, the different racial riots, the rise of racism, and how our society is approaching it. When in reading these different books, and I selected these theories based upon my own research, is that we look at the current trends, and these theories tend to fit more because what we have to understand, and most of you realize, that our society was built with, prejudice and discrimination from the very beginning of settling here in the United States, what became known as the United States. So these theories will help us to be able to lay that foundation, which then moves us into, and the purpose of the theories is to help us understand, the very core, and help us to look at the core values that have, come about from the beginning to where we're at today. But it also contributes to the culture, materialistic and non-materialistic aspect of the culture. It helps us to, again, provide those parameters for study and for understanding, which then, through those studies and through experiments and quantitative and qualitative analysis, then that lays the foundation for being able to pass policies within the government and within organizations. So that kind of lays the groundwork. The theories we're going to be looking at is the critical race theory, the intersectionality theory, the Boisian theory, and colorblind racism. Those are the four I selected. And each one of these takes a little bit different approach, but there is some overlap. And one of the things that I really want you to grab a hold of is that the importance of theory, and that's why we are covering it in the first unit, is because these theories will help you when you start analyzing the rest of the course, when you start analyzing the videos, the different course content, the different journal articles. When you start analyzing it and you look at it through the sociological lens of theories, it will help you to be able to understand and hopefully help you to move into understanding the court cases, and also being able to recommend solutions to some of the various issues that we will be discussing. Again, I'm looking forward to the course, and depending on how this embeds into the class, we'll see if we continue to use these. Thanks a lot, and feel free to always email or call me with any questions. Have a great week.